We started explaining about Power BI reporting server. Uh, what are the tools we supposed to install, set up, and configure to achieve accessing on-premises Power BI reporting server. So as of now, we have covered in part 1 video with SQL Server Developer Edition how to download and install. We achieved that, and in my part 2 video SQL Server Management Studio, we covered how to download that IDE tool so that it will support a Server Developer Edition to connect and do basic configuration changes, so accommodate with SQL Server mode setup. Everything we did in my part 2 video. In this video, what we are going to cover, mm, how to set up a on-premises reporting server, download and install. Okay, so during the course of time, how you are going to connect in the SQL Server database, and what are the metadatabase, what it's going to create, and the basic configuration, what we need to do it. And end of the video, you will understand how it's finally the on-premises reporting server being launched after the services completely installed and up and running. Okay, let's jump to the topic to understand better way. So I'm going to follow the link to download the reporting server. Okay, here if you follow the link, okay, so and in this link, if you land it here, you will find it Microsoft Power BI reporting server, the latest version released May 2024. If you click the download button, you will find three different softwares. The first one is the Power BI reporting server. This is the software we supposed to download. And the rest two softwares is for RS version. This is on-premises Power BI desktop version. One is 32-bit, another one is 64-bit. So now what we need it now for report server configuration is this is the software, the first most one, Power BI report server. Okay, so select that one, download it. So this will take few minutes to download, and while it's downloading, the other software what we saw, like the report server desktop, the desktop version for RS, you can download 64-bit as well. After completion of this particular report server setup, we'll continue that as part of my part 4 video, so that I will cover later on, this Power BI desktop. Okay, by now the download is completed. Let's try to install the software reporting server. Okay, I'm double clicking the software for installation. So it will look for, so now you're ready for installation for Power BI report server. Select it and leave it as free edition. In case if you have product key, you can do that. In generally, like any enterprise, they will be having a SQL Server license, enterprise license or something. You can give the product key so that it will be permanently stay. Otherwise, for our learning purpose, this is fine, I believe. Evaluation express, because 6 months almost, like this is fine. Leave it as is. Click next and accept the license here. Terms. Install Power BI. So if you read it carefully, like it will create means install a database engine for reporting server specific. Like if you need to instance SQL Server database engines to store report server database. This is the wording. If you carefully understand, part of the installation in the background, it will create a database to run the engine. Okay, so report server engine. Okay, so now let's try to, and if you want to change the location path, you can, installation location path, you can change it. Otherwise you leave it as is. Click the installation button. This will confirm you. Okay, this will take few minutes again. Yeah, I have paused the video. Now I resume the video now to see that the installation has been successfully completed. So now this is the configuration of reporting server step we need to do it. Like if you read it carefully, the setup has installed the files what you need it, you are ready to configure your reporting server. So we must configure the reporting server to begin and start using the reporting server. Okay, so to do that, because the part of this configuration only the actual setup for the reporting engine, everything will set up inside the database. Okay, let us try to click configure report server here, click yes. Now if you read it carefully, so it leave as it is, don't change anything here, whatever the your server name, nothing but now the machine under which you are installing, and leave the instance information as is, don't touch anything, click connect. And the next part is, if you see here, it will give the reporting server configuration management tool, modify settings, everything is fine. Let it run. This is the evaluation version, that's absolutely fine. This is the instance ID, whatever. So now service account, the first thing, leave it as it is, you no need to touch anything, part of our configuration. If you jump into web service URL here, by default it will come with a HTTP with 80 port, it will listen. Okay, leave it as is. So if you see here in the bottom, you can apply it. Okay, apply the setting as it is, don't touch anything. Okay, once this is done, the web service URL portion is done. Right now I'm not going to launch this one. After completing of web portal URL completely put together, we can try to understand better. Okay, now the next most is go to the database section. Here what we are going to do is current report server database, because we didn't configure anything, because the reporting server engine we must set up a, see, this is the first section, talks about select different database to create a new database specific to this one. Okay, reporting server specific. And the following credit report to connect. So what is the credential you are going to connect for reporting server specific? These two portions we are going to connect with the SA user. Okay, so I'm going to change the database here and create a new report server database specific to PowerBI. Okay, so in this case what I'm going to do, authentication type. See here, this is what the key thing, like SQL Server account mode we changed, you remember, in SQL Server database, SQL Server developer edition we installed in the part 1 video, we changed the mode from Windows authentication to SQL Server authentication code, right, authentication mode. So now that helps you in this particular juncture. Okay, now I'm going to make use of that one. I'm changing to authentication to SQL Server account, and the password, my password whatever I tested, and don't select encryption and leave it as it is. Test the connection, and then my connection is successful. Now database, it's going to create. Now it will confirm you what is the database name and the temp database name. We no need to jump into understanding so much, because it will manage the metadata and reporting engine specific, all the tables and everything it will create in the background. Okay, that's it. Click next. And here also the credential, make sure that you are connecting through SQL Server for better control again. Okay, click next. That's it. This is the confirmation summary. So whatever the details you are providing, this is what's going to create it. Okay, leave it as it is. Next. Okay, this is how it will build the script and create it, everything. That's it. Okay, inside the SQL Server developer edition, whatever install, under that this tempdb and report server database, it will be created for managing Power BI report server. Okay, so everything is going smooth and all completing with success. That's it. This is the final confirmation. Finish it. Okay, once it is done, you will see the bottom of the task is completed successfully, which means this configuration portion as well completed smoothly. Report server database we have been successfully set up. Okay, so then the final piece, we need to configure the URL for the web portal. So this is the crucial thing. You will see the UI. Okay, reporting server UI page, you will see it. Okay, so now we click. If you see this in this page, the web portal virtual directory name is not configured. The configure directory name enter value that is provided. Okay, so just click apply to configure it. That's it. in the bottom of it. So now web portal to launch Power BI reporting server UI to launch from the client, you can understand. Okay, if you click it here, so initially it will take few minutes to up and run, so you can refresh it. It will take few minutes. Okay, now you see it took a few minutes, and yeah, now our reporting server is completely ready. Okay, so this is about part 3 video. So like I mentioned, we completed part 1, part 2, and this part 3 current video. We have covered how to download, install and configure the reporting server. We covered, and part of finishing of the configuration, we came to know how to launch as well. So every this reporting server configuration manager will be up and running part of our services. Okay, so you don't need to worry on that. Like in case of any changes, you have to ensure that this service is up and running, otherwise the reporting server will not launch in smooth fashion. Okay, yeah, we'll continue in our part 4 video, finishing the Power BI desktop download and install and creating a dashboard. Everything we are going to cover it in the finishing video. So in during that we means like the part 4 video also will cover how to schedule a refresh as well. Everything we are going to cover it in part 4 video. Hope this part 3 video is really helpful. So far we have completed almost Power BI reporting server set up everything. The finishing portion part 4 video will complete our Power BI report server setup and how we are going to sync up each other from client to server, everything. Okay, I'll catch you soon in part 4 video, and we'll complete this Power BI reporting server full uh, full video. Okay, thank you.